Oh, you're recording? Okay, fine. Okay. I need to do the chef pose. They always stand like this over the table. I'm ready. Wait. Okay, I've got it. I'm not going to be sitting, am I? Okay. I need to get a straight face first. Hello and welcome back to another cooking vlog. Here we are with a whole bunch of ingredients and we're going to make something rather special this time around. This is actually the first proper cooking vlog. I know I made a couple of them before, but they weren't really named cooking vlogs or anything like that. But this time around, we're making Helene's famous cup of cake. This is the recipe over here. She wrote that herself. And she's the one behind the camera right now. She made it for me for Valentine's Day. It was absolutely amazing. So that's what we're making. I'll put the recipe somewhere on the screen. Now, firstly, the ingredients. 1 tablespoon of softened butter. Not melted. That's like in caps here and underlined, so that's serious business. Not melted. We've got unsalted butter from Woolworths. It's actually already softening itself by just being here. So that's it. That's what we're using. Now, you can probably use any type of butter. I think if you use salted butter, it'll probably be okay. You're not going to have salty cake or anything like that because the butter doesn't actually get that salty. But that's what we've got. Then, 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're using white sugar. I think you can use brown sugar, but it's probably better to use white sugar. It ends up being better. Here it is. I'm not going to show you the sugar. Half an egg. We're going to use a full egg because we're going to be splitting this in 2. We've got 2 mugs over here. And I was told by the creator of this recipe that if you use a full egg, it's going to be slightly more chewy. But myself and Helene, we like chewy things. So you use half an egg if you want it more fluffy, whole egg if you want it more chewy. Straight up. Then, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, yogurt, or cottage cheese. We're using yogurt. We've got fat-free Bulgarian yogurt from Woolworths as well. Most of our stuff is from Woolworths, it seems. You don't need to use fat-free yogurt. I think if you use full cream yogurt, it'll probably come out delicious. It'll probably be much better. But there ain't no full cream yogurt in this house. It's not allowed. So we're not going to use that. Then, a few drops of vanilla. It's just straight up vanilla essence. Nothing special there. And a 1/4 cup of flour and 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder. That's not a lot of baking powder. This is a teaspoon. So I need to try and figure out what 1/8 of that is. It's pretty much like a pinch of baking powder. Can't put too much in because this is literally going to be enough for like 2 little mugs. It won't even fill those mugs up because we're splitting it. This is 1 serving, but I'm just warning you right now, this cup of cake is super rich. Just watch out. It'll knock you down. So rather share it with someone. Make it for your partner. Now, we're going to get started. I'm not going to cover what's in the crumb topping yet, because there's a crumb topping down here and it's delicious. But we're going to first make this part, the cake proper, and then we're going to move on to the crumb topping, which has softened butter, flour, brown sugar, and cinnamon or cocoa. Said I wasn't going to cover it, but I just spoke about it anyway. Now, mix butter and sugar until fluffy and creamy. I haven't made this before. As I said, she made it. So this is the first time. We were actually thinking of making this the theme of the cooking show, where she gives me a recipe that I have no idea how to make, and I have to follow her instructions. So it's like a test. Both to see if she knows how to write instructions properly, to see if I can follow them. So now, I need 1 tablespoon of softened butter. This butter is pretty soft already. And the sad thing is I can't put this foily stuff in the microwave. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll with it like this. I think it's soft enough. And if it's not soft enough, we'll like mash it around in there until it's soft enough. So let's go. strong arm in the butter, but that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I'm shaking it, hold on. Just wait. I actually need another utensil here, a spoon or something. It's a pity one won't just magically appear. I'm gonna get one. There we go. Perfect. Now, I don't have to actually put my hands in the filthy butter. We don't really use butter in this house very often. We used margarine for the last one, but you know, we're going for the whole hog this time around, and we're using butter. It's gonna be amazing. Make ourselves feel better for the fact that we're using butter by using fat-free yogurt, but it doesn't matter. Now, she said don't heap the teaspoon too much, the tablespoon at least. I'm gonna make it like that. That seems okay, seems like a good amount. I actually think I might put this with because I think it's hollow down there, but this is fine. Here we go. And I just mangled this block of butter. It's fine, it's okay. It'll survive. Maybe we'll use it to make another cake like tomorrow or something. I'm keen for that. I'm really keen for that. I don't think Eileen's keen for it though. She's the one who generally doesn't want to make these things. So there we go. Now, we need to mix the butter and sugar until fluffy and creamy. There's not very much to mix in here. Okay? I don't know who wrote this recipe, but it seems dodgy. How much? 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna shove this butter-filled spoon in here now. So the next time someone uses this for their coffee or something, it's gonna be creamier than expected. Probably disgusting too. There we go. Now, get this fluffy. You know, you really gotta put your back into this. I don't know. Not enough time at the gym, it seems, because this is not getting crushed as it should be. Okay, hold on. I just need to get the sugar to stick all over the butter. And once that's done, then it's gonna be easy. Once that's done. I realize I should probably have put this in the microwave, but we want this to be fluffy and not melted. If it melts and the sugar melts, then your cake's gonna be a flop. That's like really, really important. Really important. That's why it's in caps and underlined. Now, this is probably the consistency we were going for. I don't know if I can really make it... Ah, delicious. I don't know if I can really make it fluffy and creamy because, you know, we have to just do it faster. It's not working. Come on. There we go. Because that's not fluffy. You know what? It'll do. I think that this is pretty much the consistency we were looking for. Because if I just like poke it a little bit and then like just whirl it around in here, then it ends up looking quite fluffy. So I think that's what we're going for. She's not a lot helping me, so I'm not going to ask for confirmation. Then, combine well with egg, yogurt and vanilla. This should be fine, okay? I remember how that cake tasted, and this is sort of getting to the consistency that we want. And let me just tell you, whenever you're making something, I recommend sticking your finger in it every couple of minutes to taste. That's just for good measure. It's very buttery. We never have butter. We really never have butter. So, egg, yogurt, vanilla. It's half an egg, but we're using the full one. As I said, that's like the yellow and the white, all of it in. And then 2 tablespoons of the yogurt. But I said as well, you can use sour cream or cottage cheese. I think of the lot of those, the cottage cheese would probably be the nicest. You'd have a nice, like, thick consistency there. But then again, the Bulgarian yogurt, it's nice. It's good. A few drops of vanilla. So let's just do the egg first. This is the most dangerous part right here. If I get eggshells in here, I'm aborting mission. Oh, perfect. That was amazing. That's it. Now, is it supposed to be in there? She's laughing. I must be doing something wrong. No, yogurt. Oh wait, the spoon. Okay, perfect. didn't just happen. Now we need to get the yogurt. I'm doing it the wrong way around. And the vanilla. I think the vanilla is pretty much to taste. I think it would be quite nice if you could put something like almond essence in here, but we don't have any almond essence. Instead of the vanilla, you can make like an almond cake. Because that stuff's really, really strong. So it could be nice. Here we go. Ooh, that looks delicious. So we need 2 tablespoons of this, and then a few drops of vanilla. And I'm once again just shoving the butter spoon in here, because I don't care. That's a kind of heaped tablespoon. I don't think you're supposed to heap everything too much, so we're gonna heap this one slightly less. There we go. I don't know if this is right. I don't know if I trust this recipe. That does not look like the beginnings or the makings of a cake. It'll get there though. It'll get there. I think. A few drops of vanilla. Okay, this is like really precarious stuff. Yes! Okay, there we go. It's in. That's enough vanilla. That's gonna make this whole thing taste really strong. Now, I'm guessing I need to mix incredibly well because this ain't looking like a cup of cake. It's a little bit lumpy as well. Hold on. Okay, so if you have a proper like mixer or something, I'm assuming that'll do the job much better than my arm or your arm, for that matter. But I'm doing it. I'm mixing. She didn't say anything about lumpiness. I think I should just like try and squash the lumps out. Maybe I didn't mix it well enough at the start. I don't know. I'm troubleshooting this as we go through it. You gotta just bear with me. Okay? It's starting to look better already. There you go. It's a bit smoother. But I think that we can probably get it even smoother than this. Keep rubbing around the sides there, all sensual like. It's perfect. Wow. That didn't happen. No! Chill. Chill, cake. Chill. You are delicious. But stay in there, please. Okay, it's definitely tasting right now. I think we've got this. Oh, the flour! That's exactly what I'm missing. That is the last ingredient. A 1/4 cup of flour and the baking powder. No wonder. Now it makes sense. And you know what? I take back what I said about making it smooth. If you leave it like this, with these little chunks of butter in, then every couple of bites of the cake is going to be like a little buttery, sugary explosion in your mouth. So Lumen recommends not mixing it too well. Scratch that part of the recipe. That's 1/3 of a cup. That's not what we're looking for. Oh, it's over there. It's over here. It's over here. She pointed at it. That's 1/4 of a cup. I knew it was here. Perfect. This is it. Let's go. I remember. We need to sift it. There. We're going to plonk that in there. And then I need to get the baking powder in as well. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm using my stomach to balance this here. Wow. I'm so talented. I should probably hold it. That's gonna tip. Okay, there. Now 1/8 of a teaspoon. That is a mighty small amount. That looks about right. I don't know if that's 1/8. That might be a little bit... You know what, let's put like that much more. There. I don't even care if it's not too much. You know, again, I don't like need this to rise too much. I don't mind if it stays chewy. All chewy like is fine by me. Now you need to get that in there. Ooh, this is going to be so smooth once it's done. I'm missing some of this here, so I'm hoping it's still going to be okay without that little bit of excess flour. Come on, come in. Ooh, it's all in. Done and done. Now to mix. And after this is done, we're going to split it into the 2 mugs that are over there, and we're going to start on the topping. And this is, if you can actually just get this whole process streamlined, the recipe is not going to take you very long to make. It only spends 1 minute and 30 seconds in the microwave, not even in the oven. One would expect a cake to have to go in the oven. No, no, not Helene's famous cup of cake. No, that goes in the microwave and it finishes itself off really quickly. So this is exactly what I said, okay? This is what I wanted from the texture, okay? So we're gonna have those little taste explosions all over the place. I think this is all, again, just a choice you need to make for yourself. If you like the little chunks of butter in there, then you can probably leave it. If you don't, you keep mixing. Just gonna mix long enough to make sure that everything's been mixed in. And you know what would fit with this as well? Is lemon. For some reason I smell this and I think lemon. I taste this and I think lemon. You could put some lemon in here and it would probably taste nice as well, along with almond essence or vanilla. Not at the same time, but either of those, they'd work well. Now, we're going to be using this as the show mug, the yellow one, color of lemons. And we're going to throw half of it in there. I don't even know how to measure half of this, but we'll guess. Because these mugs are... I heard that. That was close. This is spray and cook. You don't need to use this. You can use like... I assume you can like wipe some oil around. That probably won't work. No. You could put some of that paper in here, that wax paper. That'll probably work. If you want your cake to stick to it. I don't know. She just frowned, so that's probably not going to work. I'm just testing, okay? This stuff smells disgusting. I missed it. That's amazing. Wow. You should probably close everything you used as well, because girlfriends and wives and mothers don't like it when you leave things out. Or open. Or out and open. Now we're going to throw half of it in here. Just to see how much half is going to be. It may look like little in the mug, but it's going to be enough. Because it still has to rise. And if you have a smaller mug, I'd rather use that. I think I might have just split it badly. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't show the mug that you're going to get, which is the one that has less in. Don't show that one. It's got too little in. Hold on. Maybe there is enough. Maybe if I scrap it out. There. Like this. I think if I get all of it out, it'll probably be enough. It is. It is going to be enough. There's even more in here. There we go. That's perfect. We really needed to make this one and then just split it afterwards, because it would have looked so much better. Instead of making two separate ones. But really, who cares about how it looks? We only care about how it tastes. I think that's okay. I think my split was even. That one is slightly fuller because it's a skinnier mug, at the bottom at least. There we go. Done and done. That's fine. Now, we're starting on the topping. I suppose the topping is actually optional, but it kind of completes it. If you don't have the topping, it's not going to be half as good. So, the topping needs 1 tablespoon of softened butter. I'll get started on that right away. 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon or cocoa. Okay, so I'm supposed to make it in a little bowl that was... Oh, this bowl here. Butter. We meet again. Let's do this. This butter. It's done. It's finished. There ain't no way we're using this after we finished with the cake. No, we're going to use it, of course. We're going to have to make a lot more cakes. Because this is going to distort whatever you smear it on completely. It's now covered in my cup of cake. So that's fine. This is probably too much. I'm going to have to guess. That looks right. That looks right. That looks like a tablespoon. Let's go with that. If it's too much, then fine, we're gonna have a buttery topping. I'm okay with that. And we use a small spoon now, because this is a small bowl. There we go. 2 tablespoons of flour. Look at those little chunks of butter floating around in our flour. That's gonna be good. When we find them again, next time we use the flour. Oh, so this is actually gonna be a lot as well. This will fill the mugs up nicely. Now that I look at it, that is why they're as empty as they are. That's too much. That's too much. There. Perfect. Then, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. This is the brown sugar over here. Nothing special about it, except that it's about to have flour in it. No, wait, I can't do that. I actually use this brown sugar, so I can't do that to it. I'll pour it out, like a clever person. Here we go. Just slow down. Fine. That's it. That is the exact right amount. And lastly, we go in with cinnamon, because that's our favorite of those 2 flavors. We don't actually have very much of it left, but whatever. This is, yes, this is the teaspoon. So I can use this to measure our cinnamon. I think I can just throw it all in. It doesn't say. I'm just gonna toss it all in there and hope for the best. And this is supposed to be like a crumble, I think, on top. So it's not gonna be as smooth and creamy as the cake itself, because we're not really throwing liquids in here. That also means that it's not gonna be very easy for me to mix. Is it? It doesn't look like it's mixing very well. Did I miss something? No. Oh, right. The butter is meant to be soft. That's fine. I'll get it. I'll get it. I think with enough stirring, this will take on the consistency we need. Don't even worry about it. With enough squashing, it'll get where we want it to be. There we go. Isn't that right? It's getting there. It's sort of flaking now, so it's well on its way to crumbling. And look at this technique that I'm using here. My hand is there to block it from falling out. That's genius. Pure genius. Cooking gold. I should patent this or something. Wow. Lumen's cooking hover hand. I like it. Hey, wait, this is looking good. This is what I wanted. It's starting to look much better, and when I've mixed all of this in properly, then it should just go, you just toss it on top, basically. There's nothing special you need to do. You must not mix it in, because then it's not a topping anymore. It's part of the cake. You just toss it on top. Let's do this, hold on. Bam, 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 bam. Done. It's looking good now. It's starting to crumble. That's it, see? It's moved out of the flaking phase, and it's steadily approaching the peak of the crumbling phase. That is it. This probably tastes delicious as well. Yes. Yes, it does. It's very cinnamony. But you must also keep in mind that the topping is going to be quite strong. That's the reason, well, I suppose the cake is going to be strong too, but that's the reason it's only a topping. Because you're supposed to like aim your spoon around the side so you can get some topping and some cake in with each scoop. Now, this is exactly what I wanted. It's done. It's crumbling. Come closer, camera lady. Oh, and it's missing. That's fine. Ignore that part. But oh, there's some butter in there, kid. That looks like a crumble to me. So I'm going to toss this on top of our cake mix, half. This is the one that's going to go in the microwave for us. That one I'll put in afterwards, and hopefully it's going to work. Come on. I hope it's right. There's some butter in there, that's fine though. It's perfect. Hey. Now let's throw some in this one. I need to make sure I'm splitting it properly, but I think I am. I'm thinking that this one actually needs a bit more now. And then that one A tiny bit more as well. There you go. I like it. That is looking so good already. I'd eat it just like that. Just like that. Now, wow, I did that so fast you didn't even see it. That spoon went right in my mouth. Now we're gonna clean it so that when the photographers come to take photos, it'll look very professional. There you go. She taught me that. Okay, let's go in the microwave. And my pants are falling down. Ignore that part. But 1 minute, 10, 20, 30, done. And I'm gonna wash my hands now, so chill. This is important. You should always wash your hands before you eat your cake. And you should always have coffee with your cake. Perfect for coffee. Now we're not going to pack this away, because that would be very unmanly of us. Just leave it right here. And hopefully she gave us the right amount of time. Because I remember her saying to me 2 minutes in the microwave, but here it quite clearly says 1 minute and 30 seconds in microwave. Is he a dirty liar? Or is that the right amount of time? We'll find out shortly on Ruben's cooking show. I shouldn't bash the microwave like that because it's probably going to die. It's very old. It's very, very old. I can't wait. I'm so hungry. We decided to make this because we were both starving. So the fact that she's standing over there, not touching any of the ingredients, filming this right now, just means she's got an immense amount of self-control. Self-control I don't have, because I've had my finger in all of this. Except the butter. Well, I did actually, oh! I think that we have it in for the right amount. So it's kind of overflowing right now, but it's perfect. That is exactly how it's meant to look. Now if you have the full amount in one mug, then you're going to have like this little mushroom top effect going, and it just looks so good. Not that this doesn't look good, because this is done. It's like firm now. Is it firm enough though? Is it firm enough? She says yes. She says yes. She likes her cake chewy. So, that is sadly going to be it. I'm not going to be able to eat this. It's going to be way too hot. But that's sadly going to be it for this cooking show. It's perfect. It is perfect. Look. It's like a real cake. I did good. I did good. Wow. So that's the chewy that we were talking about right there. That's chewy. If you didn't put the whole egg in, then it would have ended up being slightly more cake-ish, dry. This is perfect. This is, it smells good too. It's really hot. But it's amazing. So that's it for this episode. Check back here soon for more amazing recipes. Probably all going to come from Eileen. But I will be cooking them. Or baking them. Or preparing them. And that's Nero over there. Sadly, he's not going to be having any of the cake. We'll make you a little puppy cake sometime, okay? With all puppy ingredients, like meat. A meat cake. But that's it. Check back soon for more, most important though. Happy cooking. A cup of cake. Happy that.